welcome to my 2023 year-end review. And I know there's probably a lot of people, a lot of my subscribers going, why is he even bothering to do a year-end review when there's nothing to review? I didn't do hardly anything on my channel. And I'm sure a lot of my subscribers, or all of them, are fully aware of those reasons. And we're going to talk about them. I've wanted to talk about this pretty much all year long, but I put it off and decided to do it in this video. So we're talking about the copyright infringements, obviously, and like I said, depending on when you might have sent me a message through the year, I had different answers for people because sometimes I was really mad. I'm like, I'm gonna make a video and tell everything, and then other times I'm like, I can't be bothered with this shit anymore. It depends on when you sent that message. I've said things all through the year, different things, but I finally decided, the year in review video is kind of what this is for, is to sort of talk about a lot of this stuff. And usually it's lighthearted stuff. I usually talk about comments and things like that I got through the year. So this is going to be a little different. I'm going to talk about the copyright infringement, a lot of things that I haven't talked about, especially here on my channel. So there's a lot of information that I need to talk about. And I'd like to start off by saying that it is all my humble opinion, I guess you can say. I'm not dragging anybody under the bus. I've also decided not to mention specific names. I have in another video that I did, and I had total right because that name is a public name. They publicly put their name out when they did the copyright infringement. So, but there's other people involved. So I'm just gonna just say they're people. They're a photographer and a filmmaker. We'll just say that. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about a lot of other things. Why I didn't do a lot of things I said I was gonna do on the channel this year, and also how the copyright infringements changed almost everything. Like this one little thing made a huge change in everything that I did this year. Made me do a lot of reevaluating, thinking, and we'll get to that. I'll go through it all. But it's not all going to be just airing my dirty laundry about the copyright infringement. I've got some things here to discuss. But first, I've been waiting to do this for a long while now. This is kind of fun. I bought this. This is Rush beer here. Kind of cool. You know, that these rock bands, especially Rush, have gotten into linking up with breweries. I don't know if this is a twist top or... Yeah. But this is New Year's Day, by the way, that I'm recording this. So cheers, everybody. Happy New Year. This is 2024. I'm actually recording this. It'll be a little while before I edit and it's out. But cheers to everybody. I hope you had a great 2023, and I hope you're going to have a great 2024. This is 10.5% alcohol, by the way. Canadian beer. Yeah. Oh, look, it's foaming. Canadian beer is 5% usually, but 10.5% is pretty high. Oh, my God. I've never had this one yet. All right, that's strong. That's like having a shot. All right, anyways. This is going to be a quick and dirty video, I think. But anyways, let's get started here. So I start every one of these videos with what my predictions were from the year before. And last year I decided not to make predictions because I thought it's kind of ridiculous making predictions about yourself. So I just went ahead with what my plans were for this year. All right, what are my predictions for next year? I'm not doing predictions this year. I don't know if I want to do predictions. I'm just going to talk about what my plans are. How about that? Because I have some very definite plans and how I want to direct this channel. And of course, I've been talking all through this video about doing live stuff, which is something I really want to do. It's going to be a big learning curve for me because making a video and uploading it is certainly a lot different than sitting there and running a live show as you're doing it. So I have to learn the nuts and bolts of that, and I want it to be done right. I want it to look good, and I have a vision of how it's going to look and what it's going to be called. I've talked a lot about live stuff, doing my own live shows, because I was on a lot of live shows in 2022. Boy, that beer's hitting me already. One shot. So anyway, I really liked the idea of doing live stuff, and I really wanted to bring that to this channel. But it didn't happen, obviously, because a lot of the copyright stuff. But just shortly after I posted that video, I realized that I was at a point here in my life, in my house. And my wife and I have been doing a household renovation project for the last 2 years or so. Pretty big project, and we knew it was going to take months and months, possibly even years. We were okay with that. It was years in the planning, and there was a lot of work to be done, and we didn't want to rush it. And we're trying to do as much of it ourselves, because we're capable of doing it. We've hired in professionals wherever we felt we needed to. We're not stupid. We want to do it right. Anyway, just after I put the video out, I realized I need to focus on the house, get a lot of work done in a short period of time, because it was at that stage. So I put the videos aside, guitar work aside, and focused on the house. And I thought, yeah, just a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. Turned into more like a few months, which is fine. I mean, that's what always happens. So nothing happened after that video until the copyright infringements happened. That was around April, I think April 4th or 5th that happened. I was already in kind of a stop mode when the copyright infringement happened. So I think that, I don't know if it's good timing or bad timing. It's really hard for me to figure out, even after all these months. But I'll explain this in a second. So, all right, so the next video that I did put up was called Fair Use or Copyright Infringement, and that was on April 13th, just shortly after the copyright infringement. And at that point, I felt that I needed to say something, because one video was taken down, and then I put, I think it was something like 17 in total, or 19 videos in total, something crazy like that, all on private. And the reason I put them on private was because they contain photos of this photographer's and other photographers, and I knew that I needed to shut this down quickly, as quick as possible, because I didn't know if I was kind of being under attack. I didn't know how many other videos were going to get taken down, how long it was going to take. I could be looking at days, weeks, hours. 3 strikes, your channel's gone. So it was kind of scary at first. I'd never had anything like that happen. It was a big learning curve, really fast. I never thought anybody could come along and take a video down that easily without really any proof. And I talked in the video about what I felt at the time and what I knew at the time. After the video came out, a lot of stuff came to me through other people and my own research. And then I finally just went, enough of this crap. I'm getting away from this. I'm stepping back from it. It was a backstab kind of thing where somebody needed to get their own work out, a so-called filmmaker. If you're in the Van Halen community, there's a filmmaker that's putting out a series of videos on YouTube complaining that he was having problems because of copyright infringement, but the whole thing is like he was really causing a lot of problems for other people like me, throwing people under the bus so he could put his own stuff out. Really fun backstabbing stuff that shocked me that somebody would go to that length to do it. I've never thought of doing anything like that or needed to. Felt that I needed to. In fact, the whole thing, ever since I started on YouTube, I've just gained friends that have helped me put videos out, given me information, and I've explained who these people are, and I've given out names, and in an effort to keep that ball rolling. We're all in this thing together. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus to put my own stuff out. So it was really strange for me to be a part of this backstabbing type of dirty crap. So it pissed me off quite a bit, and it made me back out of all of this and focus on the good stuff in my life, right? I have kids and grandkids, and I have my house to work on, which I'm very excited about. And so all this video stuff just went aside. I was like, I'm going to come back to it when I feel that I need to. So I could go on and explain a ton more about this, All right, so let's move on. I'll talk about the copyright stuff and my plans at the end of the video. So let's move on. I think the first real video and only real video that I would call that I uploaded during the year was the Starfleet project unboxing, and this was something that was kind of spontaneous that just came along, and I thought, you know what, I've never done an unboxing, and I bought the box set when they did the pre-sale thing, and I kind of like it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't like super expensive, but it's always meant a lot to me, that album. And in this video, the unboxing video, I talked about how I've listened to the Starfleet project a lot more than some of the Van Halen records, OU812 for instance. Don't even ask me about that album. I don't know why. I mean, I should go back and re-listen to a lot of that stuff, but it's just not my go-to album. And the Starfleet project just was always very special to me right from when it first came out. And as I mentioned in the video, it got stolen from me out of my car in the early 90s. And when they did this this box set with all the extra stuff, I jumped on it. And I was so glad that I did, because when I started to listen to it, I mean, it's an amazing collection of stuff. I mean, you get to hear them create all those songs from the beginning to the end and making all these mistakes. The drummer's headphones fall off. It's like, sorry guys, and then they start again. Stuff like that. I mean, it's just a real gem. And I'm glad Brian May put this stuff out with all that extra stuff. It really made it pretty valuable. Means a lot to the fans, is what I'm trying to say. But a fun video, and the first video that I really thought about making a video. You know, with the copyright stuff, I put it all out of my head, and then I was like, you know, I'm going to make a video of this. I had the thing, I picked it up from the post office or FedEx or wherever, and I brought it home. And I was in the middle of the week and I couldn't do a video. I was like, oh man, I want to open this up, but I want to do unboxing. And I had to actually just sit it aside for a couple days and then do the unboxing. But it was really kind of nice because I did it out on the back deck. It was in the summer. What was it? August 6th, I finally put the video out. But one of my favorite places to be in the summer is on the back deck. And you hear the birds chirping, and it was just so nice out there. And the album. Whoa, more stuff. Look at this. It just fall out. Oh, yeah. Cool, man. Look at this. Remember the 45s? What's on here? Starfleet. Son of Starfleet. Oh, 2023 mix. Oh my God. At first, when I did the video, I wanted to have a lot of information about the record and what I knew about it and all that kind of stuff. And then once I started opening the stuff up, it was like Christmas morning for me, and I forgot all about that stuff. And I thought, this isn't going to be a very good video because I'm not talking about all the stuff I wanted to talk about. And then when I watched the videos, I was like, this is actually kind of good because it has my reaction. I mean, it was kind of neat to have that recorded, my initial reaction of opening up all the different things and reading what was in it. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that I did that. The one video that I did for the whole year. Ooh. 10.5%. Did I mention that? Okay, so moving on. So that was the only video that I put up for the rest of the year. That's the last thing. But I was involved in 4 other videos on other channels, live videos, which I really do enjoy doing that kind of stuff. And whenever somebody sends me a message if I want to be on, I always say yes. I don't think I've ever turned anything down because it is kind of fun. Andrew from the 5150 Hub got in touch with me, and I've watched his show for a long time, his channel and his videos. He does a really great job. I highly recommend checking his stuff out. Anybody's watching this, they know who he is. Yeah, he wanted to have me on, and I said, well, what do you want to talk about? He goes, we just want to interview you. And I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. Thank you. It was an honor to be on his show, and it was a lot of fun. And we talked about a lot of stuff, and I learned a lot about something. Being so into Eddie's guitars and the gear and all the details, I think people expect me to have that same appreciation for like everything. When it comes to like the politics of the band and certain albums and things. And we talked about some things the Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony were promoting the box set, the Van Halen box sets at the time, and I remember they asked me like, "So what do you think about this?" And I wanted to say that I really had no opinion, but I had to say something. You know, I didn't want to just go like, "Yeah," you know, like. And I think I said, "Well, it's really good. They're doing this," you know. But really, you know, it didn't. I wasn't enthusiastic. I was nowhere near as enthusiastic about the Van Halen stuff as I was about the Starfleet project. Just because I don't think they really offered anything different than what I've already got. So, but anyway, I learned that I do better when people are just firing questions at me than joining into like, you know, the politics of the band and stuff. But still, that was really fun to be on that show. And, you know, it's always cool when I see them advertise or promote the stuff that I'm going to be on the show and people get excited. That always, I'm honored by that kind of stuff. I don't think people pay attention to me, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm always surprised at that kind of stuff. And then I was back on Tony FRÜITCAKE's channel. I've been on there quite a bit. I think I've been on his channel more than anybody else. And a really, really cool show. That, of course, he saw my video about the Starfleet project and he wanted me on to talk about it. And we did. We talked a lot about it and a lot of other stuff. And it was just a really cool hangout. And always a lot of fun being on his show. That was just a few days after. It was like, what, August 15th. And then here we go on to back on Andrew's channel, the 5150 Hub. That was back in October 6th. That, of course, was his annual tribute to Eddie Van Halen. That was the 3rd anniversary of his passing, and I was very honored to be included into that, along with Chris Gill and a lot of other people went on that show and, you know, popped in and popped out kind of thing. I'm really honored that people think of me when they think of Eddie and want me included and stuff like that. And it was a fun show, definitely be part of. The last thing that I was involved in the year, again, Andrew's channel. This was December 15th, the day after my birthday. This was a Christmas show. He does a Christmas show, and I was, again, I honored that he wanted me on there, and we had a lot of fun. We talked about a lot of stuff, a lot of guitar stuff. It ended up where at the end of the show, we were just guitar nerds and talking about guitars, and we actually, you know, were showing different guitars that we had, and a lot of fun to be on that. And you know, one thing about Andrew's show is that, you know, he's from New Zealand, I'm from Canada, we have people from the States, and in that particular show there was 4 countries represented from all over the world, and that was New Zealand, Australia, the States, and Canada. It's so cool to talk to people all over the world at the same time on these shows. You know, it's something that, you know, today's technology, it just blows me away all the time, even though we're so used to it. But anyway, I think that's it for what I did. Let's talk about what's going to happen on this channel. So I think I can put this away. That's everything that happened video wise. There's hardly anything. I'm not going to talk about comments. There really wasn't a whole lot of comments this year. I mean, there was, but I'm not going to go through all this stuff. I'm going to have another drink. Did I mention that has 10.5%? I'm drinking a bottle of whiskey here. Okay, so what's going to happen with my channel moving forward this year, in the future? It's going to be a slow start because as I went to do this video, it was really hard to change gears. When I was making video after video, it's always working on a video. I mean, I never stopped. You know, as soon as I got it uploaded and I was on to the next one. In fact, I always work on several videos at the same time. So when you just stop and put it all aside, it's really hard to pick up and move ahead again. And you just tend to go, you know what, not today. And especially when you have especially when you have a project like my renovation project, which is not a little project. I got like all my drawers back here that I'm working on the last couple of days. It's like Geppetto's wood shop back here. You tend to focus on that, and it's really tough to go and then, like I say, change gears and restart something that you haven't touched in a long time. So it's going to be a slow start getting things up and running and back. But that's my intention. I'm not leaving anything. I'm just putting it away. And this is my sanctuary. Videos are my sanctuary. This is my therapy. I don't make a living doing videos and making guitars and customizing or whatever. This is my sanctuary, my therapy. And when somebody comes along and takes diarrhea shit right here and walks away and leaves it, I have to be really careful that I just don't leave it forever, because I have to focus my pissed off energy somewhere in the right direction. And the people that are involved that did this know who they are, and they're not going to change. So there's nothing I can do to them or say to them that will change their attitude or who they are or how, so there's no point. I haven't reached out to these people, and I never will. There's a lot of people like these that are out there. So I have to protect what I do from those people. And I haven't fully figured out exactly how that's going to happen. It's the first time anything that has come into first time that anything has come into the channel that's affected it that way. It's a new one. I always thought that whatever I uploaded is just going to stay there until I take it down. A lot of people have sent me messages asking me, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And I appreciate all the support from people, but when I have to make a move because somebody else took the diarrhea shit here, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. I don't want to cause any more stress or grief out of the situation. There's no point to it. It's there. When I first started putting up these Van Halen videos about all the details and stuff like that, I got people contacting me, telling me to shut up. And these were people that were, I guess, considered themselves to be the king and queens of the Van Halen information kind of stuff. And to me, there isn't anybody. There isn't a pecking order. There isn't a ladder to climb. We all throw in what we know, what we appreciate, what we like. We all just add to it. As far as that's my view on it. So to be told to shut up was it was a little strange. And I at the time I thought, well, shouldn't I be doing this? Is this stuff that I shouldn't be talking about? Is there some sort of unwritten rule saying that this is not meant for the common person or whatever? But then I realized, no, it's because I talked about things that nobody had ever even thought about. And I was like, okay, freedom of speech, I'm allowed to do this. And then the copyright thing happened, and I realized, the copyright thing happened, and then I started focusing and researching and looking at what was really going on in this whole thing. And there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, even in other bands, fans, dirty work, and I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be anywhere near that. I'm not stepping on other people to do what I do, and I don't want to be involved with anybody that does that. So I've stepped back, and that's it. And hey, you know what? These people have social media accounts. They have websites and everything. You can contact them and tell them whatever you want. But that's my feeling right now, is that I can still do what I was doing. I don't need to make videos, and there's so many things I wanted to make videos about that would be interesting for people, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, the information I do want to bring back, all the Van Halen, Frankenstein stuff I want to bring back. In what kind of form is up in the air. I really do think a book is something I'd like to do, because a book I can make and sell, and it's on somebody's shelf, and nobody can press a button on YouTube and have it all taken down. So I would like to have that information out there with my name on it, because I worked so hard on it. So when that's going to happen, I don't know. I haven't even started on that. I don't even know how to go about writing a book. I know how to make a video, but that's something that, my wife is in total support. She actually would help quite a bit. She knows how to do proofreading and all that kind of stuff. She helps me out quite a bit already with things like that when I she's helped out in videos when I've done voiceovers. I'm like, read this, make sure it makes sense. I'm like saying things properly because I don't. Oh, gotta have another drink of this. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling on. Well, this isn't helping. It's actually very good beer, by the way. actually, it's actually very good beer. Tried a lot of their stuff, the Iron Maiden stuff, and but anyway. So let's just close out this video. I'll just say that I will be coming back. When exactly, and and what, and you know, I don't know. And I feel bad when I tell people things, and then a week later I change my mind on what I'm doing. So it is changing right now. It's evolving. It's like, how am I going to come back? And the renovation project in my house has to be finished, and that's 100% my focus right now, because I don't want to do two at once. I did that in 2022. I was burning the candle at both ends. Thought I could do everything, and like I said, I put out the year-end review video, and I was like, no, I need to focus on the house. And I thought, it'll just be a couple of weeks. Then the copyright infringement happened, and I just went, you know what? This just needs to go aside for a while. I'll come back to it. I have been into this stuff all my life, and there's a ton of video that will come out that I haven't put out yet. So we'll see what happens. And I do want to do live stuff because I think that is really. I want to add that to my channel. I definitely do. So anyway, it's going to be quiet for a while. I really want to thank everybody for the support that they've given me since this has happened, and to continue to stay with me. I have 9,000 subscribers, and I have done nothing in the last, 8 months. So I am very thankful to everybody, and I was not even going to put this video out. I don't even know what it's going to turn out like. I'm just rambling on and drinking a 10.5% beer, but I want to just say, if you're going to listen to anything that I've said in this, is that thank you for the support, and please continue to support me, because this is not the end. I'm coming out with stuff, and we're going to get the ball rolling again. It's going to be different, obviously, but hopefully just as much fun, and maybe more fun. You know, that's the thing. I've always changed my channel and always pushed it forward, so that will never change. So anyways, all right, we're done. Happy 2024. I hope that it's a great year for you, and I hope you had a good time in 2023. And like I said, stick with me. All right. Send me comments. Send me whatever on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube. Follow me on all those things. On Instagram, I'm always putting stuff. I'm active there. And give me ideas, suggestions, encourage me into something. Who knows? I mean, I get a lot of encouragement from people and the comments they give me. So anyways, all right. Thanks so much, everybody. One last swig of the Rush beer. All right. Bye, everybody.